I want to ask you, what do you think are some roadblocks that keep people from finding the things they're passionate about? Like, in your opinion, and they don't have to be, I mean, I obviously didn't tell you that I was going to ask this question, but I would love to hear your answer to this.
You know, I have one too, right?
Absolutely.
Fear of failure, fear of being right, fear of being liked. Most people have that. They're driven by fear. They're driven by wanting to be liked. And I am. I mean, there is no doubt in my mind, Danny, I don't know if we've talked about it, but I want everyone to like me. And every time I work with a coach or every time I self-evaluate or self-reflect, I know that's my weakness. Now, it might also be one of my greatest strengths too.
True.
But it is definitely one of my weaknesses. Now, I don't personally have a fear to be right. I don't care if I'm right, as long as it's what's best for the team and the firm and my clients. I don't have to be right. So that doesn't motivate me. But you asked me, what is it that a lot of people, and fear of failure and fear of success. Actually, a lot of people are very afraid of being successful, and they don't want to make money because something happened in their childhood that told them people who make money are not good, or they're evil, or they're greedy, or they're whatever it is. And that was me. It took me a lot of years, a lot of coaching, a lot of therapy to realize, as long as you're doing what's right and doing what you're passionate about, it's okay to make money. There's nothing wrong with that. So for me, fear of success, fear of failure, fear of being right, and fear of being liked.
Man, I think those are absolutely incredible. One of the things I wanted to comment on, I actually asked Dave then to give, he's been able to see this firsthand in my life. And so I don't want to just put you on the spot necessarily, but I'm the opposite, Jeff, and actually used to be to the extreme opposite, which was really unhealthy as well. So you say, like, you say, like, I really want people to like me. And I used to have like the opposite, like, I don't care if you like me or not.
That's
okay.
Awesome.
But that's also a very unhealthy space to be in. And so Dave has actually had a front row seat to this over the last 5 years, where for me, it's been a faith journey where, like, spending time in prayer with God and then having conversations with friends like Dave and other people. I moved away from that space because I realized, like, I need people.
Yeah.
And so if I have the attitude where I'm like, I don't even care if you like me, I'm never going to have anybody around me. My vibe is going to push everybody away.
Right.
And so I think it's really funny that you say, like, that one of yours is fear of being liked. And I would say, for me, one of the roadblocks that I probably had before was the fear of not caring if I was liked.
Yeah.
Dave, can you comment on that a little bit? Because I know you've kind of had a front row seat to that. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, ironically, I don't know, I was a little bit surprised by this. Hearing you share that story, slightly emotional for me as a friend, just to consider going back, like, wow, 5 years ago, where you are now. I mean, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. I used to secretly admire your indifference. Like me, don't like me, you're going to get the truth. Here it is. Suck it up. And it would make me angry, and I would secretly admire you for that, because I'm wired more like Jeff, right? I want everyone to like me, and so when it doesn't happen, or when you hit that indifferent person, you're kind of like, whoa, what's happening in my life right now? And but what I love, Danny, is that you still have that indifference. It's still there, but in a very healthy way. It's still there, but the amount of grace and the amount of care that you give out to the people around you, it's more about, you want to make sure that other people feel cared for by you, but you don't necessarily care if it's reciprocated.
Right. And
for me, that is very, very healthy journey for somebody coming from your perspective. That's what it looks like when it comes into a place of maturity. And so I think that's just really, really powerful. I don't know if you knew where I was going to go with that answer, but, that is my perspective, my reflection on, over the last several years of your life and where that's come to. And Jeff, I'm going to even say for you, this is just one of kind of, what I would say, like, my, superpowers. I tend to have pretty, keen insight into people. But, you know, Jeff, I just want to say to you that you're probably further along in your journey than you think you are. And there's just something about you that's just incredibly genuine. When somebody gets to a place of genuineness, it's totally okay that you want people to like you, but it's also okay if they don't. You're going to continue to serve, and you're going to continue to give out. And I just want to commend you for that.
Yeah, and then listening to you talk about Danny, I'm very jealous because I have spent a lot of money on coaching to get even remotely close to where you are, and I still struggle with it. But yeah, I appreciate the kind words, and I think it's a gift, man. I think that you've channeled it in such a way that, and I can tell you, had you showed up that way to me, I wouldn't be here today.
Right.
Wow.
I don't put people in my life that are like that, so I wouldn't be here. You don't show up that way at all. The fact that you're aware of it is incredible. I mean, that's awesome. And, you know, I'm trying to come to you. We'll meet in the middle here, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's awesome. So you don't show up in a place like that. You show up exactly as David said, which is, you know, you care, and you care about people. You don't care if it's reciprocated necessarily, but you do care, man. You're an incredible human being, and it exudes off of you. The vibes off of you are just, you're someone I want to be around. You know, I have a phrase all the time, which is, you know, don't waste your time on people that you're not excited to be with. And I mean, you'll notice the little bit of interaction that we have, the people that I'm closest with and that I hang out with, and then the people that I'm not. And it becomes very obvious the reasons why.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank both of you guys for, you know, just the encouragement. I think that's the big thing. One of the biggest areas of growth in my life is that just to spend more days being encouraged and being an encourager, if nothing else. So thank you both for the kind words, and I accept them and receive them.